Wherever she heard a need on the mission field, I think she went there to get first-hand knowledge of that situation, and then came home and tried to rally people to meet that situation.
In the 1880s, Annie Armstrong was plotting new courses for home missions in America. From the time she became a Christian at age 20, Annie worked to see the good news of Jesus Christ carried everywhere. In her world, she didn't have to look hard to find chances to be an on-mission Christian. The directions that she took Southern Baptist women more than 100 years ago can still be felt today.
It was here in Annie's hometown of Baltimore that she first saw the needs that would drive her avid interest in missions. Baltimore is a port city. Here she saw the immigrants fresh off the boats. For the rest of her life, her local missions included ministry to those immigrant women and children.
But Annie's vision did not stop in Baltimore. She traveled extensively in the Southeast and journeyed into the West, visiting churches and missions, seeing firsthand the needs across our nation. Annie was a prolific letter writer, and when she returned from her trips, she would plead with Isaac Tishner, Executive Secretary of the Home Mission Board, to act on mission needs in America. Each day, Annie reminded Tishner that there were new opportunities and new frontiers of mission involvement.
The missionaries there are in vital need of some more missionary boxes. We must send them immediately. If we do not greet all of the people coming from the East Coast with the gospel, they will be greeted by those who own the saloons.
Utah Place Baptist Church was home to much of Annie's work and ministry over the years. Her biographers believe one of the reasons she enjoyed this church so much is because it involved women in ministry from the very beginning.
We have a great and mighty task before us, the task of winning this world to King Emmanuel.
Through the encouragement of denominational leaders, Annie organized women and helped establish an auxiliary organization to the Southern Baptist Convention in 1888, the Women's Missionary Union. She rallied with Southern Baptist women for missions to immigrants, African Americans, and Native Americans. Her heartfelt work, along with Tishner's leadership, created change. At the turn of the century, the board appointed its first secretary in charge of African American work.
We must go forward. Let us pray together.
Under Annie Armstrong's leadership, Southern Baptist women became a powerful force and a major supporter of home missions. The WMU established a week of prayer and self-denial, which is now our week of prayer for North American missions. And they named the special offering for North American missions the Annie Armstrong Easter Offering.
When Annie Armstrong died in 1938, her pastor called her a woman of great faith, a dreamer in action. Could Annie ever have imagined the impact her offering would have on the United States and now Canada in bringing the lost to Christ? It's hard to believe she could have, and yet on May 24, 1900, she told a group of Southern Baptist women, "I believe we have left a century of small things and are on the outlook for larger things, ways to work we never dreamed of in the past." So maybe she did.